Welcome to Cybersecurity News, your source for the latest threats and updates. Good morning. As we enter the final week of 2025, the threat landscape is hitting a fever pitch. The infrastructure crisis, MongoBleed, CVE 202514847. Our top priority is MongoBleed. This vulnerability is now under active exploitation worldwide, with telemetry showing over 87,000 servers currently at risk. It's an unauthenticated memory leak. Attackers send malformed ZLB compressed messages to trigger a read of uninitialized heap memory. This bleeds sensitive internal data, including passwords and API keys, directly to the attacker before they even log in. If you cannot patch to version 8.0.17 or v8.2.3 immediately, you must disable ZLB compression. Switch to Snappy or ZSTD to kill the attack vector tonight. The data tsunami, Condé, Nast and Aflac. The scale of data exposure this week is staggering. Condé Nast, Wired. A hacker known as Lovely has leaked 2.3 million records from Wired.com. More alarmingly, they claim to hold 40 million more records from the broader Condé Nast portfolio, including the New Yorker and Vogue. Aflac, the insurance giant, has confirmed a breach affecting 22 million individuals. This is one of the largest P exposures of 2025, involving names, SSNs, and sensitive identifiers. Coupang. In a historic move, South Korean retailer Coupang is issuing $1.17 billion in vouchers as restitution for their recent breach. This sets a massive new global precedent for restitution-based settlements. Supply chain and crypto heists. Trust Wallet. We've confirmed the details of the $7 million Trust Wallet heist. This wasn't a sophisticated zero-day in the code. It was a leaked API key for the Chrome Web Store. Attackers used it to push a malicious update, version 2.68.0, that directly exfiltrated seed phrases. The hackers left a taunt in the code. He who controls the spice controls the universe. Asterisk the action. Users must be on version 2.69.0. If any staff used the compromised version, those wallets are burned and funds must be moved immediately. State-sponsored and tactical alerts. Evasive Panda. China linked. This group is successfully using DNS poisoning to deliver the MG bot malware. They are intercepting legitimate update traffic at the network level, making this invisible to standard endpoint protection. Fortinet 2FA bypass. A 5-year-old vulnerability in FortiOS, CVE 202012812, is seeing a massive resurgence in active exploitation. It allows attackers to bypass MFA simply by manipulating the case sensitivity of usernames during login. Emerging trends, AI risks and click fix. Agentic AI. The first top 10 feat list for agentic AI has been released. We are seeing real-world attacks where autonomous AI agents are being tricked into executing unauthorized system commands via prompt injection in their browsing tools. Click fix surge. This social engineering tactic, tricking users into manually running terminal commands to fix a fake browser error, has surged by 517% this year. It is now a primary delivery method for Mac OS and Windows info stealers. The NPM Ghost Hosting Campaign 27 malicious packages. Researchers have uncovered a highly surgical 5-month operation that repurposed the NPM registry and its CDNs as a durable hosting platform for phishing, rather than acting as dependencies your devs might install. These 27 packages were used to host client-side HTML and JavaScript layers. By using the npm CDN, the phishing pages gained an automatic reputation boost, often bypassing basic URL filters. This wasn't a broad dragnet. It was precision targeting of 25 specific organizations in manufacturing, healthcare, and industrial automation. Specifically, it targeted sales and regional managers with pre-filled Microsoft sign-in lures. The code included anti-analysis gates. It would only trigger the phishing flow if it detected genuine mouse, touch movement and verified it wasn't running in a researcher's sandbox. This is the death of the static block list. We can't just block bad URLs if the bad content is sitting on static.npmjs.com. The AI blind spot, framework incompatibility. The latest intelligence from the Hacker News confirms that organizations are compliance ready but security vulnerable when it comes to AI. Traditional frameworks, like Nast CSF or ISO 27001, were built for deterministic software. If X, then Y. AI is probabilistic. Standard input validation, NIST SI10, looks for syntax patterns like SQL injections. Prompt injection uses perfectly valid natural language. An attacker can, politely, ask an AI to ignore its instructions. And it bypasses every traditional syntax filter. We saw this with the Ultralytics library compromise in the NX package leaks. Attackers are now targeting the AI training pipeline, poisoning the data or stealing model weights, areas where standard patch management doesn't apply. Being ISO compliant in 2025 does not mean you are protected against model inversion or data poisoning. We must pivot toward the MITRE Atlas and OWASP Top 10 for LLMs frameworks immediately. Retrospective: the 5 threats that defined 2025. Looking back at the last 12 months, 5 specific threat vectors didn't just occur. They redefined how we defend. We moved past typos in emails to perfect wishing, voice phishing, and deepfake video calls that bypass standard verification. Attackers stopped trying to break into the front door of apps and instead poisoned the CI/CD pipelines, the factory where software is made. 2025 was the year of session token theft. Attackers stopped cracking passwords and started buying active sessions from InfoStealer logs to bypass MFA entirely. We saw a surge in silent ransomware. Groups like Chilean and DragonForce who don't encrypt files anymore. They just steal data and demand payment to prevent a leak. Unsanctioned AI tools used by employees became the largest source of accidental data leaks in 2025. Our 2026 strategy cannot just be about patching, it must be about identity and integrity. Operational crisis: stopping secrets creep. A major operational failure this year has been the creep of secrets across developer platforms. As our developers move faster, API keys, AWS tokens, and database credentials are being hard-coded into GitHub, pasted into Slack, or stored in Jira tickets. With the rise of AI coding assistants, these secrets are being scraped and incorporated into AI training models or leaked via AI-generated code snippets. We must move toward secretless environments. This means using short-lived tokens and centralized vaults. If a developer can see a password in plain text, it's already a vulnerability. Automated secret scanning must be a hard gate in our deployment process, not an afterthought. The 2026 compliance wall, the love-hate of SBOMs. As we look toward 2026, the software bill of materials SBOM is becoming our biggest compliance hurdle. The ambivalence, governments, CSIR and the EU, now mandate that we provide a nutrition label for every piece of code we use. The law, we finally have visibility. When the next log4j hits, we can find it in seconds instead of weeks. The hate, the noise is deafening. A single SBOM can list 5,000 vulnerabilities, but only 5% of them might actually be reachable or exploitable. This is leading to massive vulnerability fatigue among our dev teams. In 2026, our goal isn't just to have an SBOM. It's to have the context to know which 5% of those vulnerabilities actually matter. Thanks for being with us. Catch you in the next update.